knowledge and sharpening our skills by attending the CME's conferences, workshops. But today we'll focus on some different topic, the most important aspect, which is our mind, and which I think is also the most neglected thing. So our speaker, Dr. Diplakshmi, will talk on unleashing the powers of mind, and I'm sure this will help all of us, not only in our professional front, but also in all areas of our life. So can you please show her slide, introductory slide? Yes, so welcome Dr. Diplakshmi. She is a consultant psychiatrist, clinical hypnotherapist, and past life regression therapist. Also, she was also a family constellation facilitator, and she has treated significant number of patients. She has been practicing several healing modalities over 20 years. She has done this from Netherlands. Also, she conducts numerous workshops focusing on self-love, money, health, weight, and relationships. So, what to you, Dr. Diplakshmi?
Yeah, thank you, Reena. Thank you for inviting me on this platform. So I think I'll start sharing with the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
So welcome all. So today we will understand a little bit of, in a very small thing, I will say a little bit because the picture is huge. It's too wide. So let us at least see the poster today. So what do you mean by unleashing the powers of subconscious mind? We have heard subconscious mind, like, various times. And what is it and how is it? How does it operate? So welcome all. So today we are going to understand what is mind, how the mind works, how we think about manifesting things in our life, what are emotions, and various other topics. So a small question to all of you, what is a mind? Anyone can tell me, like, let it be a little bit interactive. If anyone can tell me, what do you mean by mind?
Where we think, our thinking platform, you can say.
Right. So, yeah. So how the theory of the mind really works. Okay, we think 24/7. There are thoughts running in our head continuously, 24/7. कुछ ना कुछ चलते रहता है. And so what happens when you think? So when we think, we have something like every moment, any situation which has happened in our life, whether it's happy, sad, किसी से झगड़ा कर लिया, we have a fight. So what happens, like, we feel the relevant emotions, like, angry, sadness, frustration, happiness. If you think about our friends, we are happy. If you think about some fight which we had with someone, so we are angry, agitated. So accordingly, we feel those emotions as per any situation. Now, what happens is emotions is nothing but energy in motion. We have been taught right from childhood, energy, it's all energy. Whatever we think it happens. Why does it happen? Because of this energy associated with it. So if we say something in in an angry tone, and that thing might happen because we are giving that energy to that thought, and this energy settles on our physical manifestations, like as in our body, the relationships, and money. Everything is energy. When we say energy, it's everything. What we talk about is energy. Now, what are the physical manifestations? Our friendships, relationships, our health, all the organs, money aspects, our health, and relationships. So the three main aspects. Now, let us little bit understand a bit more on this. Okay. If we have a fight with someone, okay, and what happens? We are agitated, a person is angry. Every time you think of the situation, you feel angry and that energy is settled. n number of times you think, that many times the energy settles in our body. Similarly, if there is a death in the family, a loved one, we lose our loved ones. So we have sadness. Every time you think of that person, that energy settles of sadness. So this is how it will keep settling. Whatever emotion we are feeling, these things will keep settling. Now, what happens? At one point, there's a triggering factor. Now, we have heard about diabetes, blood pressure, all the illnesses, what happens? So the situation might have happened like, 20, 30 years back. Now, something triggers, a person might just come one fine day with the sugar levels are short up, and he's been not been treated by diabetes like anytime. So this is one example. What happens is we might have problems in our finances. It can be career issues or any other issues, relationship problems, similarly health problems. All aches, pains, diseases, illnesses, they speak volumes of our story. Like, this is, when you're not at ease with your thoughts, is disease. Okay. So all these things together, our thoughts, emotions together, we make up the mind. So mind is like, it's around us, and the connection of the body, mind, and the soul happens at the first breath. Now, how do we work? We work on when I'm saying like I also being a doctor, so we know when we are working on the body, like through our various surgeries or medicines, whatever therapies we do. So when I'm working, it's like we are working on the soul, mind. We have heard about body, mind, the soul connection. So what happens here is the mind means like your thoughts, how to think positive, or how to we work on the old programmings. When we comes together with this help, through the body, we can work on the money aspects in our life, whether it's career, some stuck finances, some whatever, wherever the money is stuck. And also the relationships, when we feel stuck in the relationships, things are not being healthy in the relationships, where the relationship can be with anyone, right from our parents to our friends, to our siblings, to our cousins, to our partner, and our children also. But the first relationship we should form is with ourselves. So our Sigmund Freud, he has stated the mind is like an iceberg. It flows with 1/7 of its bulk over water. What we see is only 1/7. Similarly, we have heard about the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind in our psychiatry. So the conscious mind is about 10 to 12%. What we think, what we hear. So this is about 10 to 12%. And the subconscious mind is about 88 to 90%. Right? So we have heard it about like many times, like we are aware of it. Now, what we see is the surface area of just a conscious subconscious mind. Okay. So technically, our subconscious mind is 6,000 times stronger, more powerful than our conscious mind, what we are talking. So what we are thinking. So we are using only 1/6,000 of our mind. Now, what is the functions of the conscious mind? It's like we analyze, critical thinking, logical thinking, decision making, short-term memory. So whatever decisions we make is operated through our conscious mind. And so it's a left brain. Now, what is the function of the subconscious mind? It stores emotions, beliefs, the creativity, habits, intuitions, and the long-term memory. So these are the functions of the right brain. So when we divide the conscious subconscious in the technical part, it's like the conscious mind operates the left brain, and the conscious is the left brain, and the subconscious is the right brain. I hope I'm going slow. I hope I'm not fast. Okay. Right. So this is a extra slide which I put. It's about past life. So unconscious mind is about past life programming. In our cultures, it has been taught. We have learned. So when small kids laugh or cry, so we say it's something, it remembers the past life, the immediate past life. So we can also work on some patterns wherein we feel stuck. So the past life programming. Now every person is born with the fight or the flight response. Like if there is any situations where a person cannot run away or cannot fight. For example, in any say corporates, a person is not happy with the job, or someone some situation happens where he cannot fight the situation or he cannot run away from the situation. So what happens there? A person can land up in depression. And every person is born with two things: fear of falling and fear of loud noises. Even now, if we go up to heights, we might be scared, at least for a second, of course. And also, even loud noise, something just happens here, some loud noise comes, we all will turn wherever we are, right? So these are the four things which we are born with. If we can't fight or run away from a situation, we land up in depression. A person might land up in depression, and we are born with these two things: fear of falling and loud noises. Now, as we grow up, this fear grows up. If you see in this roller coaster, one child is laughing and one child is laughing out the fear, and the other child is really scared and crying. So these are the defense mechanism, how we are operate. Every individual is different. And similarly, like loud noises, people are really scared. But as we grow up, we get adapted to the situations. So how do we overcome fear? These fears, like we get adapted to it as we grow up. कुछ नहीं होता है, हो जाता है, we can do it. Loud noises, yes, we in cities like Bombay, we can't run away from loud noises. Every festival, every signal, there are loud noises. So we get adapted to it. Yeah. So this is one main slide what I would like to share with you all. It's so like the conscious mind is like when we are awake, the conscious mind is awake. Even when we are sleeping, the conscious mind has no control. So for example, if you remember, when we are sleeping, do we really remember what we did in the night? How many times did you turn, or what were we thinking? We don't remember that, because the conscious mind is closed down and the subconscious mind is awake 24/7. So one very small example of the subconscious mind is a gut feeling. We say gut feeling, sixth sense, telepathy. So for example, if how do we know the subconscious is awake 24/7? For example, if we plan to go for a movie, if the family plans to go for a movie, the first thought, if it might come, ki don't go, it might not work out. But then the conscious mind will say, "Nahi, let's go. Let's see how it works out." And suddenly, what happens? Maybe you might have guest coming in your house, or you might go down, your car might not start or fail. Even if you overcome that, maybe when you reach the theater, you might not get tickets. Of course, now things have changed, but the subconscious mind is so strong, it knows everything, what's going to happen. So this is a telepathy, the gut feeling. Any situation wherein, like, you have to make certain decisions, and the first thought will come here. And that is the answer from your subconscious. So we have to be aware of what our subconscious mind is really talking to us. So subconscious mind is always awake and takes care of all the functions. Okay. And so like 24/7, it's awake. Another thing, one small example I can give you is, so if you're from your home, you're driving to your work. Okay. Maybe you start driving your car, and you go in, you start driving, or you sit in the car or a rickshaw, whatever, however you travel. You are aware that people are crossing the road, where the vehicle stops or speeds up, but at the same time your mind is wavered off. Like, you don't know what is your mind keeps thinking something else. And you're driving, you reach the destination, immediately you remember, oh, I've reached this place. And whatever you're thinking during that time, you don't recollect. That means you are in a trance, right? So you're consciously aware of what's happening in the surroundings, but at the same time, you don't recollect what you're thinking. That is how the subconscious mind is awake, and that is what we call trance. And in the therapies, what I do, we work on the trance. So one very beautiful example, now you all are anesthetists out here. Whatever we are talking during the surgery, right? Yes, the patient's subconscious mind is awake. Maybe he might be in that anesthesia phase. So you might not be talking or answering things, or because of the anesthesia, but his subconscious mind is awake. So whatever you feed at that time, the power of suggestions. So if you are like, discussing anything, it stays with the patient, right? If you remember this, like even then, when a person is sleeping, that's why we say, you should think positive thoughts and sleep, because you're putting it in your subconscious, it will multiply. The first thought in the morning, which when we get up, whatever thought, if you put positive, the day goes out like that, positive. So during anesthesia, uh, if you want to help the patient a little bit, you can tell you are going to be all right. You are all right. You are healthy. That will multiply in the patient's mind, and that might help the patient to recover faster. So what affects the conscious mind is the environment, your body, what happens around you, the consciously what is being taught to us, and the subconscious programming, what we have stored, what belief systems we have made, right? Now every person can take in as much as 4,000 message units per minute. So when I'm talking to you and when you're just listening to this, so your focus is about, you are taking in 4,000 message units per unit. Now what happens, most of us are multitaskers. Okay, like for example, the commonest multitask, I can talk about women here. Right. A second. Sorry. So, early morning, get up, wake up your kids, send them to school. During that period, someone rings the bell, someone, see how I did multitasking, right? I had to shut off the call. So, then someone is cooking. So, at one point, when you're doing 3, 4 things, it is multi. So, message units multiply. So, it's about 10 to 12,000 message units per minute. What happens then is a person can land up in anxiety. So, that's why we say do one thing at a time. So this is how, if to reduce the anxiety, we advise the people to do things, to advise them to do one thing at a time. Now the critical filter, what happens is when a child is born, it's like a clean slate. It's like a sponge. And that's why we've been told, ki whatever you teach a child at the age of 8 years, they will absorb everything. So by the age of 8 years, there's a belief system ka layer which is formed that is called the critical filter. So a personality of a child is made by the age of 8 years. So whatever is happening in the surroundings, a child develops accordingly. So how is a critical filter? By the socioeconomic background, then the education and the religion. So these are the 8 years of the main 0 to 8 years is a time when the child grows physically, emotionally, mentally. So this is a more criteria wherein whatever you teach the child, it becomes their personality. So as I said, as per the religion, what we learn, what is being taught in the surroundings, how the finances are developed, how we are taught the child, by the age of 8 years, the critical filter is formed and that becomes a personality of the child. The belief systems are formed by then. And the child will operate completely as a grown-up adult. So even if we say, there is a situation where a person knows he should not be angry, but that the adult knows that he should not be angry. But there might be a child who is 3, 4 years who might be really angry and he cannot suppress it. And that child takes over the adult and that can result into aggression at that moment. So this is how the emotions and the beliefs are stored in various folders. So if a person, it's like, you remember one emotion, and if a person feels cheated, that person will remember all the events when that person was cheated, right? So these emotions are stored in various folders in our subconscious mind. If a person is angry, he will remember all the situations when he was angry. Only one specific situation will be remembered at one moment. If a person, if I ask you, what did you do with this Diwali? So you'll remember all the events, all the Diwalis and how you felt in different Diwalis. So that folder will be open. Right? So whatever I'm talking to you right now will remain in the subconscious mind, will remain in the critical filter for 1.5 hours. So if I ask you now, what did you have for snacks in the evening, you'll be able to tell me immediately. What did you have for breakfast? It will take some time for you to think. What did you eat last night? So it will take more time, because what happens is after you go to sleep, all the thoughts are go and are stored in a subconscious mind. Okay. And whatever is relevant for this life, we need to remember they will be stored in different folders depending upon how we need to work on it. And whatever is not needed, it goes out in the form of dreams. When we say in a dreams, so whatever is not needed in this life, it is been vented out in the form of dreams. So sometimes we see a place, meet a person, and we suddenly work, I have seen you somewhere. Because this is a photographic memory which is stored across lifetimes, if you say. So we might meet a person after 20 years, but we will still remember, I have seen you somewhere. This is the subconscious mind operates out of photographic memory. It's very easy to access through visuals. So whatever we see, it goes directly, stores in a subconscious. Now, the conscious mind is made up of rules, and the subconscious is made up of experiences. How do I say that? So mostly, for example, addictions. If a person wants to go for weight management or any form of addiction, whether it is smoking or alcohol, what happens is if a person wants to reduce weight, for example, doctor we will say, you need to reduce weight. So that person will start doing first day. He takes a diet. He tries to follow it. First day, something is placed in front of him, and he's like, the experience will come up immediately. Oh, this is so amazing to eat. For example, biryani or any gulab jam, whatever sweet, any chocolate, what the person likes. The first experience, oh, this is so amazing. But the rule states ki nahi, khana nahi hai. You should not eat it. It is not healthy for you. Second is some other thing is offered to that person. Again, the similar experience. Oh, this will be so amazing to eat. But the rule is like, nahi khana hai. You should not be eating it. Now, over 3, 4, 5 days, after a certain period of time, the experience overpowers the rules. थोड़ा सा खाने में क्या जाता है, and that is where the rules are broken, and that is where a person cannot come out of addictions, whether it's alcohol, smoking, or whatever, the social media, food. So these are various addictions. So how we work here is we modify the experiences. For example, if a person is on a diet and that person likes to eat a bar of chocolate, so what we will give a suggestion is like, you can only a small piece will make you feel complete. You don't need to eat the whole bar. Let me check if I can work this out.
This year, I promised myself I'm going to eat healthy and nothing is going to change my mind. Okay? Absolutely nothing.
Touch me, touch me, touch me. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me. Hold me, hold me, hold me. Oh. Touch me, touch me, touch me. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me. Hold me, hold me, hold me.
Sorry. So this is, I think, we know how that, then the experience is also overpowering one point if the person just gives up. So these are the common addictions which we see, where the patient is not able to stop the addictions because of the experiences which he or she has. Right? And we grow up as per our choices, like, what has been taught to us, what makes us feel comfortable, we grow up accordingly. Our belief systems, our personality becomes as per what what our experiences with the depend on the food, the area, the economic status, and so many aspects. So as I said, whatever happens throughout the day, it is stored in the critical filter. So any events, all the events, so since morning till evening, everything what we think, decide, all these events are stored in the critical filter. So even what we are talking now, it's going to be stored in a critical filter after 1.5 hours. So see the amount of information which is there in the critical filter. Okay. Right from the time you got up till now. And as you go up, what happens after this, all the information is stored in the critical filter. Now, how do we clear the critical filter? By sleep, meditation, hypnosis, breath work, pranayam, and power naps. So these will help you clear the critical filter. And if you see, even if you have a small nap in the afternoon, you're immediately charged up. How to bring positivity in life. So we keep saying a positive, socho positive. How do we make yourself positive? By giving positive suggestions. So we call it affirmations. So how should they be? They have to be positive. What do you mean by positive? There should be no nots, like, no, not, never, nothing. These words are not understood by the subconscious. So how do we say if your child comes and bangs a door, okay? If we say don't bang the door, next day he'll bang even harder. Next day he'll bang even harder. So how do we make how do we make the child understand we can tell him softly close the door. The moment you change the words, the energy of the sentence changes. And the child understands, we have to close the door quietly. For example, now it's raining, okay? And suppose if I didn't get my car or something and I have to go home and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? If I say it should not rain, it will rain. But if I say I go home safely, I might get it might rain also, but I might get a lift or it might not rain also. So your self-talk is what creates your reality. So everything what we think is a manifestation. So when we say, how do we think positive? It's like there should not be no, nots, never, because this is not understood by subconscious. So try to make as much as positive sentences, even when you're talking to yourself. It also makes a lot of difference. The positive suggestion should be short and in present tense. So for example, if a person is saying, I want to be rich, I want to be happy. So in these situations, what happens is the happiness is at your doorstep, but it doesn't come in. So it always remains a want. The richness, the finances will come to your doorstep. It will not come inside your house. So when you say I am, so you're already being in that vibration of the reality. Initially, it might be difficult. Ki aisa kaisa ho sakta hai? How can it be possible? Like, but the more you tell this to yourself, the more you program yourself, you'll see the reality. Of course, when we start working, we need to release a lot of emotional baggage which we are carrying. Now, repetition, the more we repeat it, the more it's come to reality. And associations. Associations means, like, suppose if I'm sitting in this position on a certain place at a certain time, in a given place, the vibrations of that place and the time also enhances that things to create a reality faster. So how I work with hypnosis, it's an induction of trance-like state of consciousness. So to give a positive suggestion. So this is how I work, like, when we work on the trance. So similarly, I would suggest, like, even when you're giving anesthesia, when the person is in trance, you can give him more of positive statements, right? You are healthy, your recovery is very fast, whatever, as per the situation. So again, one myth, what I would like to tell you is, people think there are many hypnotists. Okay. Now there is one difference between a hypnotist and a hypnotherapist is, like, in India, a hypnotherapist is a person, like a therapy done by a medical practitioner, doctor, or a psychologist is hypnotherapy. So we are licensed to practice hypnosis. There are lot many quacks around, so just be careful about it. Now trance, when I say trance, so falling in love, we fall in trance 24/7, n number of times. This, for example, falling in love, you find a chocolate or something, which you really, then it goes back to the time when you had eaten it first, or you go to a place and you just love that place. You see a picture of that place. Immediately you flash back to that event, to that day where you had gone to that place. Even fears. So regression trance is very common throughout the day. It's nothing to be scared about. So how hypnosis work is a normal brainwave activity, which we all know. Like now that we are aware, we are operating at the beta state. Then when we start with hypnosis, we relax the patient, we take that patient to alpha state, theta, delta. So we work on the brainwave activity. So these are the n number of uses of hypnotherapy, right from smoking, phobias, anxiety, depression, so many. Even I worked with psoriasis, severe OCD, weight management, it works amazing. Many things. Even building up your confidence. We can also work on relationships. Myths. A hypnotherapist cannot control you. Hypnosis is something where, like, you cannot, no one can operate out of your conscience. As I said, we are aware of what's happening around us. So no one can control your mind. You don't go to some other realm. A person, hypnotherapist cannot make you do something which you don't want to do. So these are very common aspects, like if I go to a hypnotherapist, hypnotist or whatever, he will control my mind. No, it is just not possible. The charge is in your own hands, in the patient's hand itself. We are no hypnotherapist can do it it's only the patient's choice, what he or she wants to do. We cannot change. It's your choice. So these are the results which we have with psychoanalysis, behavior and hypnotherapy works really wonders. Okay, what we can do for ourselves, we can to be more in the present. When I say it's about living our life to the fullest, we have to be in the present. When we are living in the past, we are not in the present. When we are living in the future, we are still losing out the present time. So these are some techniques which can keep us grounded, like to be in the present moment. So some of the few things is like spending time in nature, exercising, showering also helps us to release all the excess emotions, keeping a healthy diet, and affirmations. Affirmations are the positive sentences which I just told you about. Now, one more thing I would like to add: as we grow, as I said, when we are born, we are like a clean slate. Okay, it's like a sponge. So we are what others want us to be. When we say that, it is like we pick up all the belief systems, emotions, which is happening in our surroundings. A person might get stuck in his relationship, career, when there is excess baggage. Say, for example, if I tell you, okay, we have to walk 5 kilometers, forget 5, say we have to walk 2 kilometers. We will be able to walk we will be able to brisk walk or run 2 kilometers. Okay. Now the catch is, you have to carry 25 kgs and walk those 2 kilometers. Will you be able to walk at the same speed? No, because the weight will not allow us to increase our speed. Similarly, unconsciously, we're carrying a lot of emotional baggage right from the time we are born till today, which makes us slow in our life, because of which we feel stuck. So if you want to speed up the process, so we'll have to let go of certain baggages. It's easy to say let go. Letting go is not about, utha ke fek diya. Even to let go, we have to first acknowledge that this is the emotion. I am angry. We don't need to throw things on people. The moment we start acknowledging our emotions to ourselves, this will help us to release a lot of things, and that acceptance comes, and we'll be able to let go of the baggages. Unconsciously, we have been taught, you should not be angry, you should not be sad, you should not be jealous, but these are our own emotions. The moment we start addressing and acknowledging this to ourselves, it will be easier for us to let go. I think I am done with the thing. If anybody has any questions or something, please be open. Reena, I'm done with the PPT. If anyone has any questions, I would be happy to answer
So
them.
as of now in chat, we are not having.
Uh-huh.
anyone can type if you have any questions. We can get it answered. So thank you, Dr. Diplakshmi. It was really something which everyone would would have experienced, and you have told what to do. The best thing I liked you told was letting go. We know we have to do, but the simple thing we didn't know, that acknowledging such a simple thing. I think we should start doing all these things.
Yeah, we have been taught, you should not be jealous, you should not be angry. But that small child, so adult knows maybe it is not right. But there is a part of us who's very angry. Maybe he's a 2-year-old, 3-year-old child in us. So it is not about, it's a bad emotion. Every emotion is right. So every emotion is needed for us. Like, for example, if we are never angry, people will start walking over us. We have to learn to set boundaries, learning to say no or stop pleasing. Self-love, I would like to talk about a little bit here is when we say self-love, it is not being selfish. Self-love means accepting our choices, respecting our own choices. Say, for example, if we are going eating healthy, taking care of ourselves will be factors of self-love. It is not hurting others. It is just putting yourself first. And like if you're going out, normally what happens, one of the persons in the family, like, "Haan, jo mangana hai," we go to restaurants, we like, jo mangana hai, mangalo, right? But then one of the person like, tumko jo chahiye mangao, tumko jo chahiye mangao. We never respect what that person really likes. And that over a period of time, that person really forgets what he or she likes to eat. So these are small things about self-love. We are not stopping others from eating what they want, but respecting our own choices. Yeah.
Reena, there is one question in the chat box.
Yeah. Yeah, the question is, can one cure any chronic conditions using hypnotherapy?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I will not say not to stop medicines. We have to continue the medicines. How I work is we can work with medicines and hypnotherapy. They work wonders together.
Okay. But you said as the emotions, it's okay to get angry, or is it okay to get jealous? Means I feel all these are bad qualities.
That's what we've been taught. Okay. So imagine a small child, uske haath ka khilona chhin liya and it's given to his some friend or something or brother. That child will feel jealous or will feel angry, and it's okay. So we are not saying, and little bit of anxiety is necessary for us to kickstart our stuff. We don't have to be scared, but little bit of anxiety will push us. But yes, we need to understand the line between it when it becomes a pathology. So jealousy matlab ye nahi ki you have to tell the whole world I'm jealous. Accept that you are jealous. When you accept it, it becomes easier. What we do is jealousy is not right, envy is not right, angry is not right. So we shove it under the carpet and it will come out in dirtier forms. So instead of destroying everything, if we accept for yourself, okay, I am feeling jealous, it will heal a lot many situations.
Okay. Fine. Any other questions? I think we don't have any questions. Okay. And anything you would like to add? We have some time. We have one more question.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between hypnotherapy and hypnotism?
Yeah, so hypnos is the Greek god of sleep. Okay. Hypno hypnosis is using of this sleep for treatment, okay, to giving suggestion or something. So hypnotherapy is therapy. Hypnotist is a person, not a qualified doctor or a psychologist. So hypnotism is the process. So hypnotherapy is when we use it for treatment purposes. And a therapy performed by doctors or psychologists is hypnotherapy. We are hypnotherapists. And there are hypnotists who are non-medicals or non-psychologists. So this is one difference about it.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
Dr. Olynva.
we can go to the next
We
Yeah.
still,
lecture.
yeah,
So it's
we
okay,
have,
na? It's okay. Dr. Neeraj has joined.
no, that's what he has
No, he has
some
joined.
time. Huh?
He has joined. We can go to the next
Okay.
lecture, I think.
No, I think he messaged me. He's in the OPD right now. I think he has. So we'll have to wait for some time.
I can just discuss a little bit on the next question if you're okay. Can you tell me about past life regression and healing mind, body using it? So, past life regression is something like it's all about individual belief systems. So, when we say certain experiences, like certain, I would like to share my example. I don't mind. So, one fine day I had gone to the US. We had gone for some family function or something, and then when I returned, there was like a lot of acne sort of thing on my forehead, which I never had in my life. Okay. Now I did take a lot of medicines for that. You know, for 1.5 years, I was currently taking medicine, but there would be scars and acne. Now, when I was learning this hypnotherapy thing, and in one of the sessions, it just popped up like, you know, in some past life, I was in the US and something, and there was some triggering thing which had happened. And in this life, when I had gone to the US, that thing had triggered. So, past life regression therapy is a very delicate thing to handle. Okay, it has to be done by a professional only. There you will see n number of past life therapists, which are showing, which we say we can do past life, but it's not an easy thing. What happens is when you go to the past life, it's like a Pandora's box. So when we are working on therapy per se, we'll work on one certain issue and we can heal that issue in that life. And when we come to this life, we heal the issue, but when did it trigger in this life? Okay. And the healing happens. So it's a delicate thing to be handled and should be done by a thorough professional. It
Okay.
can be worked on. So like, for example, one example I can give is about people who have asthma. Like, you know, we have seen many times that person might have in the one or the past lives, he must have died of drowning. That is one very common thing which we have seen in asthmatic people. And there are many things, many things. We can work on a lot many things.
Okay.
I would like to add one more example. We just worked recently about one girl who was like, you know, she could not control her food. And it just happened instantly. It showed up in her past life that there was a drought and where could not get enough food and jo bhi mila kha. So she could not control to eat her food in this life. So, and after that, things have changed for her. Now she doesn't need to, you know, stuff herself with excess food.
Means we can't imagine also the effect, how much it has.
Yeah. And we just saw her past life. It was like she died in a drought where there was no food, no water, and the body was starving for food and water. And even during the session, she was drinking water. And it was like amazing. After that, she is quite settled and now she's able to take care of her diet and everything.
So basically, coming to before what you had told, to develop ourselves or positive what you had said, all that, sleep, meditation, anything else we can do?
Anything else? Grounding, walking on earth, walking on the grass barefoot, it helps a lot. That helps. Drinking a lot of water helps. Exercising is very important. Eating healthy food. Meditation, again, one more thing about meditation, what I will suggest is, why do we do meditations? Meditations are done so that we are at peace. We are happy with ourselves. Okay. Now, what happens if a person is not at peace? If the person is anxious or sad, that person is multiplying the anxiety and sadness. So I would say when you're not in a healthy state of mind, please don't do any meditation. You can do it when you're at peace with yourself or you are happy. That time, if you do this meditation, it multiplies. Because there's a general misconception, you know, if you're not in a healthy space or if you're irritated, angry, do meditation. It doesn't work that way. In fact, you're worsening the condition. And the best part is if you are having a lot of anxiety or something, it's better to see a psychiatrist.
Okay. Just a moment. Yeah, I'll just request all. Our next speaker is joining soon, so just bear with us, and I'm just connecting with him. And thank you, Dr. Diplakshmi, for your time and this lecture.
Thank you, Reena.
Yes, Deepa, are you online?
Yeah.
Okay, so on YouTube, we have got one question. Can you share any method to let go? Since we are humans, we keep on thinking our stuff, which makes it difficult to let go.
Yeah, that's as I said. Now, first we need to acknowledge that we have a certain emotion which is not comfortable, right? So, so the moment we start accepting, oh, this is the problem, we will be able to let go. So it's like, it's been easily, things become so uncomfortable. Our emotions become so uncomfortable. We want to dump it out. Okay, we keep shoving it under the carpet. The trick is to understand these emotions. And if once we understand this emotion, it will be easier for us to let go. Acceptance. So,
Okay.
thoda sa tricky hai, but if you, I think it's better than if we can't do that on our own, it's better to take help. Yeah, seriously, it's not easy to handle emotions. Even at times, even I take sessions. So it's fine. It's normal. We are human beings, and we are here to experience emotions only.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Thank you. So now we'll move to our next speaker. Dr. Neeraj Bijlani is joining now.
Thank you, Dr. Reena,
Thank you.
inviting. Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Neeraj, are you here? Dr. Neeraj?
It's muted. I don't think he has joined it.
Okay. Just a minute.
Hello. Hi, Reena.
Yes, Neeraj. Hi, welcome.
Yes, give me 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so he's just finishing his OPD. Thank you, Dr. Neeraj.
So, Reena, you can go ahead with the introduction.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we welcome our next speaker, Dr. Neeraj Bijlani. He's a orthopedician by profession. He has just a moment. Yeah. So and in addition to that, he's a tech enthusiast. He is in private practice. He's co-founder of and director of Ortho Global TV Private Limited. And he has also helped us to live relay this CME on Anesthesia TV. He's also a past honorary secretary of Bombay Orthopedic Society. He has conducted various technology courses for doctors since 2011. And that's what he's going to help us out today. And I think really it will be need of the hour, and we also want to be techno savvy. So thank you, Dr. Neeraj, for giving us tips. Over to you.
Thank you, Reena. So she forgot one main introduction of mine that we are also batchmates from MBBS.
Yeah.
Okay, just tell me if you can see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is some technology tips for the young orthopedic surgeons and also for the senior people. So after this lecture, you may forget that I'm an orthopedic surgeon. So I always write that I am also an orthopedic surgeon. And this is also being relayed on our Ortho TV together for all orthopedic surgeons. So though I'm an orthopedic surgeon, but I will still see to it that at least some topics I cover for anesthesiologist. So, and general topics. So now what happens is that I have a habit of keeping my phone always on silent mode. So when I keep on silent mode, the problem was that I was missing the calls of my mom and my wife and my daughter. So these three people are always complaining that you don't pick up the phone easily. So there is one latest feature in the iPhone which has come now, that it is called a call trick, or I call it a call trick or a ringtone bypass, silent bypass. So the phone is on silent, but will still ring for important people like children, spouse, parents. And you can even, if you have your own clinic or hospital, maybe you can add those numbers. And this is how it works. Let me show you now. So you just open, this is my iPhone screen. And I will go into my contacts. And I will just open, say, for example, my any of the numbers whom I want to keep this is my mother-in-law, so mummy. And then I will edit it. And in the edit, there is an option called ringtone. So instead of default, I'll keep the emergency bypass on. And even if the phone is on do not disturb, if the phone is on silent, this will automatically ring. It's just a simple emergency bypass is what it is called. It's called also an emergency bypass by the iPhone. In an Android, there may be a similar feature, but I'm not aware, but this works very well in the iPhone. So this is called the iPhone call bypass trick. Then we go to the next one. So everybody uses WhatsApp. And this is something I'm sure if you are not aware of it, then you should be made aware. Especially when we are messaging some people who are coming to do servicing of our, say, maybe equipment, or sometimes there are patients whom we want to share reports, but we don't want to save their phone number, or it is a tedious task. You save the phone number, then you open WhatsApp, wait for it to load. So now WhatsApp has come with a feature where it works in Android and iPhone both, where you can save without saving the phone number. You can directly start chatting with the person and start sharing the files. So I'll just show you how it works. So you just have to press a new message. In Android, it comes at the bottom on the right. In iPhone, it comes on the top. Then you can copy any number from the dial list or type a number directly. And the chat option will become visible and you can message without saving the phone number. So I'll show you a small demo. This is how it works. So I go here, search name or number. So instead of a name, I will just type a random number which is not saved in my phone. So this is a random number which I have saved. And you see this chat thing has come. And when the chat thing comes, you can directly start chatting. And you can even attach the file and directly send them the files. So this is how I use the WhatsApp without saving the phone number. Then we go to something called as next. Now in a household, or many times you come across friends where you want to send these large files. Okay, sorry, this is the ad guard. You get these advertisements basically where they are pushing advertisements to you. There are so many advertisements in an app or in the browser, Safari browser, or in the Chrome browser, wherever. We don't want these ads. There are some websites, especially if you go to Economic Times or Times of India, there are a lot of ads. So there is something called as Ad Guard DNS. So let me show you how this works. In an iPhone, it is an app and a setting on an Android. It will block most of the ads on Safari and on the Samsung internet browser. So let me show you how it works. So this is an Ad Guard app on the iPhone. You just have to say, go to open settings, put this on. So the protection is on and that's it. So your Ad Guard is now on. It will tell you go to Safari extensions and you have to just open Safari, tape the ad icon. Let's see how it works. You go to Safari and it will just tell you to put the extensions and Ad Guard, everything, all Ad Guard things related to it. You have to just put it on. So all the ads will just stop. It's very simple. It will give you step-by-step instructions once you install the app. Now we'll go, how does the Android person will do it? So this is my Android phone. I'll just show you how it works on an Android. Simple on an Android, you go into settings and then you search for something called as private DNS. It's already a search called private DNS. You see this private DNS and it will take you directly inside the setting. And there I have already put it. So you have to just put this DNS. So you have to, it will be normally off. You have to select private DNS provider hostname and this is what you have to do. You can take a screenshot of this. So I'll just show it how it is typed. It's DNS.adguard.com and you save it and your ads will start getting blocked. So this works very well on an external browser like a Samsung internet browser. It may not work in Chrome in both iPhone and Android, but in an iPhone, it will work very well in Safari browser. In Samsung, it will work very well in the Samsung internet browser, or you can use any external browser where it will work. Of course, there are other browsers also which allow ad blocking, but I think this works very well because this not only blocks your browser ads, it also blocks any other ads which are getting pushed to you from any other app. Then many people say that I want to download this video from YouTube. This was a very nice reel. I want to download it from Instagram. How do I do it? So this works. This app works on both Android and iPhone. It is called the Black Hole Splitter, which works for YouTube video and Instagram reels. And if you want to download just songs from Spotify and keep it on your phone so that you can play it ad-free, there is something called as spotifydown.com. So let me show you how this works. So this is an app.
Today,
this
you
is an
have
Instagram.
A large hospital, which is an orthopedic and plastic.
So you go to this reel here,
It's
and then there is an option called
almost
share.
200
And
plus
share, there is
beds.
something
This
called as
is where we
copy
are
link.
today.
So once you have copied, then you open something called as the black hole splitter app. This is how it looks. And you just click on the center button here. Once you click, it will tell you allow paste. So just allow paste. And then it will just take its own time. And depending on the size of the video, if the video is too big, it will take more time. If the video is small, it will take less time. And it will just download the video. And this is, see, it is video already saved to the camera roll. And when we go to the gallery, you will be able to see that the video has already come here. See this, the video has already come. It has been downloaded twice because I was demonstrating it right now. So this is how it works. And this becomes a part of your gallery now. You can share it on WhatsApp. Especially this works especially for senior people who do not use Instagram, or many people who don't want to use Instagram. They can just download these videos and share it using WhatsApp. So this is how you can download YouTube videos, video shorts, Instagram reels. Then many times, very people who especially don't have the Mac and the iPhone both, maybe they may be using a Windows laptop, or they may be using an iPhone and they may be using a tab. So we want to send big files. They are not photos or some small files which you can easily go on the WhatsApp. So we want to send big files from one device to another. So there is an app called Local Send. This is how it looks. It is available everywhere for Windows, for Mac, for iPhone, iPad, any Samsung tab, or any Android phone. And it also works cross-device. You can transfer files from one computer to another or phone to the computer. Let me show you a small demo here. So I'll just open Local Send here.
And this is how, when you open, this is how it looks. The name of this mobile.
This name is automatic.
Cell phone and Cool Melon. And if you see this is my Mac. And I have opened the same app in the it's called Local Send here. And this is called Kind Cherry. Now, supposing if I want to send something here, it's already showing Kind Cherry. So what I'll do, I'll go in media and I'll select.
Just select some photos here.
And then I'll say confirm. I can send up to 1,000 photos, as you can see. And I click on confirm. Once I confirm, I'll just send Kind Cherry. And if you can see here, then it shows you that I can just accept it. I just click accept and it just keeps on going from here.
And the speed at which it downloads is immense. So you can download big movies, big documents very easily without compromising on the quality, especially if you want to print it. So Local Send, the only disadvantage is that both devices should have the same app. Of course, if you want to transfer via iPhone and Mac, it is very easy. This is mainly for transferring from cross devices. So Local Send. Now I'll show you some AI powered things. Now, many times we have these long form YouTube videos. Like, see, if you see this, Andrew Huberman, he has got these long form podcasts, which are sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, and we don't want to listen to the whole thing. We may want to listen to a few points. So controlling your dopamine for motivation, focus, and satisfaction. So we want to listen to these small points, or maybe like after later on, you may remember that Dr. Diplakshmi spoke about something. You remember the word, but you don't remember, and you don't want to see the whole video and scrub it and find it. So this is the easiest way to find. So you go to the YouTube video and then you select this link here on the top and just copy that link. Just show you how it works. The video website name is summarize.tech. Copy that link. And once you have gone this here, you have to just copy the link. And once you have copied it,
and though it has got a lot of chapters and everything, but still, you see there are chapters, but if you want a summary, what do you do? So what I'll do is that I'll just copy this.
Can you increase the volume, please?
Yeah, Nani, I'm telling you, copy this and then summarize.tech is the website name. And when you go to summarize.tech, you have to just paste this. And after you paste, sorry. Just a minute, let me play it again for you. After you paste this here,
motivation, focus, and satisfaction. This is a podcast.
Yeah. So this was a podcast which is approximately 2 hours 16 minutes. And though what I'm trying to show here is there are chapters here, and these chapters, but we want some specific points in that. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this YouTube URL. We'll go to this website called summarize.tech. It is not .com or something. It is summarize.tech, and just paste this YouTube URL here. Click on submit, and in a matter of few seconds, you get the whole summary of the video in these so many lines. And if you want to go in detail, you can always click on see more. You can even go in more detail, and you can even search for specific words if you are looking at. virtual activities. So this one. So I'll just click on. When you click on one specific point, it directly takes you that point in the video. This is how it works. So that is how it works. It divides it into minutes and with the text. So you can just go to that text and then directly click there and it will take you directly to that minute. All these things I will recommend that you test it yourself. Only then you'll be able to enjoy it more. And the more you use it, the more it is better. And it is so fast that you don't waste any time on it. So don't worry, those who are missing any points, I will be in the end, my summary slide will be there where you will be able to take the screenshot of both of them. Then we come to some remover apps. So many times when we have taken photos and we want to submit it, like here I wanted to submit my profile photo, I wanted to remove the background. So for that, we have something called as remove.bg. Then if you want to remove background from the video, there is something called as unscreen.com. And of course, here what I'm going to show you a demo is something one step even higher. So there is this website called Shutterstock, where you get these good high quality images, but they charge a lot of money for it. And so what now, basically some AI type tools have come, which is called watermarkremover.io. So what I will do, I'll just show you a small demo.
Let me show you watermark.
Can you hear this?
.io. This is an app on an Android.
Yeah.
On iPhone, you can use it as a simple website. So we go to the Shutterstock where for every image you have to pay in dollars. So let me see an interesting image. So maybe I'll click on this image, which looks interesting, but it has got a watermark. So what do I do is that I will take a screenshot of this image and then I'll edit it. But it still shows Shutterstock in the middle. It's still not usable. So what I'll do is, and then I will save it to the gallery. Now it is saved to the gallery. Now I'll go to my search. I have installed this app. You can go to the Play Store. You see this watermarkremover.io. There may be other apps.
Now there is an app of this
then I click on
in Android, but in iPhone you have to go to the website directly.
This is how the interface looks like. After opening, it takes some time to open, and then it gives me a simple called as upload image. So I'll upload image and allow this, and I'll go to the media picker because then it can show me the screenshot which I have taken. So this is the screenshot which I just took. Uploads the image, processes the image, and you see the magic how it happens. Now this is the original and this is the watermark removed. And I can directly just download this high quality image. It gets downloaded on my phone and it comes to my gallery. And this is the image without
See, the watermark is completely gone. So let me show you something anesthesia related, which I have recently done. So this is the watermark. This is what I've downloaded from the same website, Shutterstock. And I just put this image in watermark remover, and this is the final result. So you can actually use these high quality images. You can use it for your Instagram post. You can use it for your YouTube reels. You can use it in your presentations. Sometimes you go to Google and you search for images and then there is watermark. It does not look good on the presentation. So you can do this. So just a simple tip. So 3 apps which I showed you: remove.bg, that is removal of the background when you're taking a screenshot. And then there is unscreen.com that removes the background from the video. And of course, this is watermark remover, which is the most happening thing. Then we come to AI apps. So this is a very simple app. It's called POE, P-O-E. And it has got everything inside it. You can generate AI images using a text prompt. You can have proper chat GPT inside it. And of course, you should go and explore this app. This app is available for the computer, for the iPhone and the Android. So you should definitely use this app. Try it out how it works. And then there is something called as Clipboard++ app. This is for the iPhone. So what happens is many times what we are doing is that we want to copy multiple things and then we have to copy it at a different point in times. So we want it to remain in our clipboard. So normally in iPhone, what happens? You just copy it and then paste it and then it goes away. Then you cannot copy another thing. So here you can keep on copying multiple things and you can use it later on. This is especially useful if you want to save your bank details, you want to save your PAN numbers, Aadhaar numbers, or whatever, some important things like reports or something. So it is inbuilt in the, however, in Android, people are lucky because it is inbuilt in the Samsung keyboard and the Gboard, that is the Google keyboard. So let me show you how it works on the iPhone. So for example, I want to copy these multiple reports and keep it for my record later on. So what I will do, I'll just copy this message. And then I will open the app called Clipboard++. This is how it looks. And I'll just allow paste and it remains there. So whenever in the future I want to just edit it, or you just want to paste it anywhere, it all remains in my clipboard. So it just remains like this in my clipboard. So I don't have to search. It becomes very easy. And even searching here is very easy if you're searching for something. So this becomes like your advanced clipboard where you can just copy and paste to multiple places. Now everybody likes to download movies and TV shows, and Netflix, Prime Video and Hotstar do not sometimes allow them. And you don't want to pay for everything. So there is this nice website called cinemalux.today. You can easily go to this website. This is how the website usually looks. You can just go, you will get all the latest movies. If you don't get it, you can search for it and then you can download it directly. Of course, there will be some ads, so it may take some time. Always recommended to download on Wi-Fi only. And sometimes you will see that there is a movie which is on Netflix, or there is a movie which is not released yet on Netflix, but it is going to come, but I want to see it. So there is something called as BRA Flix. You can directly stream it just like Netflix. It is very good. You may get 1 or 2 ads. It can be seen on the computer and the mobile everywhere. The website name is this, braflix.ru. It is completely free. There are these movies which are unreleased on Netflix also. You'll be able to see like Twisters and Deadpool, Wolverine and Despicable Me. All these 4 are very latest movies. You'll be able to see. Of course, the print may not be so great if it's not officially released, but you will be still able to see. It's still watchable, and the sound may be here and there, the movie may be here and there. But at the same time, you can always watch all the Netflix, Prime, Hotstar, Apple TV movies on this website, one website for all. So you don't need to subscribe for all channels. You can just open this website on your, if you're seeing it on your phone, just open, go to any browser, www.braflix.ru. It is recommended that you install the ad guard, otherwise you will get a lot of ads. So there are many apps, many movies like this. You can take a screenshot of this. You can just stream movies and TV shows. If one doesn't work, the second one will work, the third one will work. So this is the best couch potato list where you can see any movie. Supposing I have not subscribed to Z5. So sometimes I just go to these websites and maybe download or stream the Z5 movies. Sometimes I may not subscribe to Sony Live and I want to see that one TV series of Sony Live. So this works very well. So this is the summary slide of my summarized presentation. So these are the top 10 tips which I showed you. The iPhone call bypass, where you can use the emergency call bypass. WhatsApp without saving your phone number. The ad guard DNS, which blocks all your ads. Download YouTube and Instagram videos on the phone. Works very well with a black hole splitter. Local Send is another app which you can send files across devices. Then the next 5 are summarize.tech, YouTube long video summaries. YouTube long video summaries. Remover apps, that is watermark remover.io. Plus there were some others like remove.bg and unscreen.com. POE, they are the various AI chatbots in one app like ChatGPT, Perplexity, any Claude app, Gemini. Then there is a Clipboard++ app for iPhone. And of course, there are free movie and TV shows websites. These are the 2 names which I would recommend to use. Of course, you have to use ad blocker, otherwise you'll get a lot of ads. With this, I thank you very much and let's open this up for questions.
Thank you, Neeraj. It was really a very interesting lecture. I feel it was a completely new world for many of us. Like there were so many things I heard for the first time. So we'll go to the questions now. The question we have in chat box is how to reduce images to specific size.
So the easiest way is to take a screenshot. That is one. So you don't want to do anything, just take a screenshot. The second easiest way is send it on WhatsApp to yourself. So automatically the quality reduces. And of course, there are some other apps for compressing the images, but I don't think that is required. So the best way to reduce the image size is that you send it to yourself on WhatsApp and do it. That is the most simplest size. But of course, if you really want to go ahead and do it, there are these websites which help you do it, which is called small PDF. Let me open this and show you. These are small PDF where there is a lot of compression facilities available. It's mainly for PDF, but it works also for images like this. If you use compress options, so you can compress it. And of course, very simple is to just compress image you type and you get this I love IMG. Just select your image here, any photo, and it will compress you. Let me just take a demo here. So this is a 3.1 megabyte PNG photo. So let's upload it and see. Same one, Shutterstock photo. Compress images. And you see it has become 577 KB. And it has already come to my mobile laptop. So that is how it works. This is very easy. So I love img.com for images and I love pdf.com or small PDF for PDFs.
I want to ask, you told regarding that Shutterstock and all, like, but is it okay? Means we can use images like this. So
unless you are not publishing in the journals, it is fine. So maybe you're taking a private lecture, you're putting it on Instagram, that's fine. So it is like technology is growing. So there is a very thin line between legality and illegality. It is difficult for them also to catch and for you also to do it.
Okay.
So if you say that it is illegal, yes, it is definitely illegal. So anything where you're maybe publishing in a journal or publishing in a newspaper, I will not recommend it. But if you're just putting it on Instagram, just putting it on YouTube somewhere, then you can always do it. And for your personal presentations, you can always do it where you're doing it in a conference. I am actually showing it how it is done.
Yeah. It was really good, and I think really it will help us a lot. Like we can really, as you had said, we can use it immediately. Now you have shown and we can use it. And
but
what you
I
said.
will also recommend for people who have maybe it is too overwhelming sometimes because my presentation, I try to put too many things. So you can always, what my recommendation is, try one app at a time. And maybe over a month, you can just visit this on our YouTube and then basically keep on seeing it again and again if you have any doubts.
Yeah. Now I'm feeling what you said in the start was really correct. Now I know you are my batchmate, you are what you are, but really it's you are so techno savvy. I can't imagine that doctors know so much about all this. Okay, so
yeah, there is one question by Mona to do these free apps. So these free apps, they are not apps, they are just websites. Let me open it and show it to you on my laptop itself, so that there is no doubt that I'm just I'm also showing you at the same time. So I'll just let me open this app. This is the website. And let's see, instead of trying to open this, let me open the latest Hindi movie. So this was the latest Hindi movie which is released, this one on Netflix. And I'll just click on play now. And it starts. This is not Netflix, remember that.
yeah.
This is another website. You can even forward it. See, this is not Netflix. And it is very clear print because it is from Netflix.
और आज भी हम इसी जद्दोजहद में कि हमेशा के लिए.
This is the latest movie, just released 3 days back on Netflix, of course. And at the same time, say, supposing you want to see a movie which is not released on Netflix, like this Deadpool, the print will not be clear, but it will still be working. As you can see, there are no viruses, but because I have an ad blocker, remember you have to put an ad blocker. See this.
Care. I know
the print is quite decent, though it is a camera print. So do not install any app outside the App Store or the Play Store, but websites you can definitely visit. Of course, there is always a small chance that there could be some viruses, but I would not. These websites which I have said, they will have maximum ads and you have to have browsing. Little bit you should be able to do where they try to do it on the phone, because phone mein virus aane ka chances bahut kam hai. And in iPhone, the chances of having a virus in the phone is as good as negligible.
No more questions.
Okay, so I would like to give all of your homework. At least the first two tips, emergency bypass, especially for iPhone users, and WhatsApp everybody is using. So go and try it. What I would do is that I will now share my mobile number here, and let me put a whiteboard. Yeah, I will share my mobile number here. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Can you read the mobile number, doctor's handwriting?
Yes.
So I don't actually, for everybody, people who don't know me, I have just stopped writing prescriptions since 2014. It's been 10 years now. I don't write. People cannot understand. Even OT notes now, I type and give it to them. So this is my mobile number. You can directly contact me on WhatsApp. And with this, I can add you in my Orthotech groups where we discuss regular technologies for doctors, those who are interested. And you can even ask me any queries related to my presentation. Okay, thank you, Reena.
Okay. Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you for this completely different lecture. So now I would like to request Dr. Balasaheb Govardhane to give vote of thanks to end our program.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. It was a very interesting session webinar on different development of different aspects of mind and technological use of technology in our day-to-day practice. We have learned a lot of new information about power and technological various apps and website in last 1.5 hours, which can be helpful in our daily practice. I would like to thank you, Dr. Diplakshmi, for presenting a wonderful information and sharing her experiences about mind and hypnosis and hypnotherapy. I would like to thank you, Dr. Neeraj, for giving very good technological tips, which will be helpful for us in presenting preparation of PowerPoint presentation, and it will be helpful for in day-to-day practice. I would like to thank you, Dr. Balaji Asegaonkar, sir, and SANS for giving opportunity to ISC Navi Mumbai for presenting this webinar. And I would like to thank you, Jenica, for giving technological support for smooth conduction of this ISA webinar. And I would like to give thanks to all participants who are present for this webinar throughout, and they have actively participated and asked the questions during these sessions. Hello.
Okay, fine. So we'll
Hello,
end.
madam, meeting end करू का?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.